your views on the future of this industry?
तो प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री का फ्यूचर का तो डाउट ही नहीं है कुछ, नहीं तो हम इस इंडस्ट्री में होते ही नहीं. We started to sell and we overtook Heidelberg.
Okay.
In terms of machines
sold
per annum.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Today we are the market leaders. The organization and the people in the organization who are still hungry, who still want to grow, they realize कि यार यहाँ पर wavelength match नहीं हो रही है. Then they start to leave. And what is left in the organization are mediocre employees.
Yeah.
अगर आप पीछे रह गए तो फिर आपका नुकसान है. प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री का नुकसान नहीं है.
प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री तो चेंज होने ही वाला है.
हाँ, चेंज होने वाला है. आपको अडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा. आपको ट्रेंड्स को समझना पड़ेगा और ट्रेंड्स के साथ आपको अपने आप को डालना पड़ेगा. आप प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री को गाली नहीं दे सकते. हाँ, एक ऐसा डिस्कशन हुआ हमारे बीच में कि व्हाट आर द थ्रेट्स टू योर कंपनी एंड व्हाट came out as the biggest threat to the organization. आपको पता है क्या है?
नहीं, please बताइए. Till date, most of the guests on e-stories were printers. Today, we have a person who sold machines to these printers. He is Ajay Aggarwal of Insight Communications. Ajay has had the unusual privilege of selling his homegrown company to a Japanese MNC. He's also bought 2 companies in India. We've had an interesting conversation around his journey of buying and selling companies. The second part of the conversation is even more intense. He highlighted on the fact that who's the biggest threat to your organization. To answer that question and to know more, let's go ahead and watch the episode. Hi Ajay, welcome to Ink Stories.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you. Thanks for coming all the way from Delhi. It means a lot to us.
I was anyway here for Amex, so
I appreciate. I mean, yeah, that's the whole idea in terms of, people when they travel to Mumbai and they usually should be having some of the other work. So all those interesting people, and I have been following you on LinkedIn for a while. I have had known some interesting stories about you, and here to talk about your journey and share this with our viewers. Are you all set? Can we start?
Let's try.
Okay, Ajay. So, you've been heading Insight for a while. Just give us a kind of an insight about Insight. What is this all about and what do you guys do?
That's a nice one. Insight on Insight. So, Insight today is in the business of selling printing solutions.
Okay.
We represent some wonderful companies, Kodak, HP, Screen from Japan, Memaki from Japan, Konica Minolta, Fujifilm. These are all world-class companies whom we have kind of helped grow in the country. One of the notable success stories of ours was Komori.
Yeah.
I am calling it was because in 2018 we formed a joint venture with Komori Corporation Japan. And now they are an entity in themselves, Komori India Private Limited. So that was another big thing with us. So we are associated with good brands. Our tagline is helping print industry transition to digital.
Lovely, that's nice.
Yes.
Okay.
We changed our vision statement during COVID times actually.
Okay.
Yeah. During COVID times we realized कि अब बच्चे लोगों को भी आदत पड़ गया है कंप्यूटर पे काम करने का. They are learning on the computer. WhatsApp is becoming extremely common. Zoom calls are happening all the time. So printing will go short run, and that means digital will be more deeply in.
Yes.
So we changed the tagline, and now all our products in our portfolio are all digital.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are not doing any of the offset machines now?
No.
Okay.
No conventional products in our portfolio. All digital products.
Okay. Okay.
Kodak CTPs, you may call it semi-conventional.
Okay. That's interesting. I mean, that's a very nice insight. I mean, even I never thought of Insight in that way. I knew Insight being this partner for the machine company, helping them grow in India. But you put a very nice perspective that Insight is helping India go digital.
print industry go digital.
Print industry go digital. Yeah, I think that would be better.
You are actually in a way right, because with the we are only geographically covering India. So India's print industry going digital.
India's print industry going digital.
We do have plans to go beyond India, but filhal we are purely in India.
Oh, lovely. So Ajay, just give us an insight about how did you get into this industry? What's your journey? Where did you start? Where were you born? Something of that.
So I finished my computer science degree in engineering from Mumbai University.
You're from Mumbai?
I'm a Mumbai. Yes.
Achha.
And then I was campus recruited by Wipro.
Achha.
In Wipro, I was in the Apple division. Okay. And that's where I kind of got to know two industries. One is printing industry and one is the video editing industry.
Okay.
Apple
Can you give a sense which year are we talking about?
We are talking of 1995-96.
Okay.
I joined Wipro in 1991.
Okay.
I was part of the Apple division in 95-96.
Okay.
So वहाँ पर I kind of came across these two industries. They fascinated me a lot.
Okay.
And video editing was still at a nascent stage. तो वो फिर मैंने कहा यार ये पता नहीं चलेगा. Printing industry was pretty well established, and so I had a relationship with one gentleman called Ravi Dugal.
Okay.
He is the founder of Insight Communications, and he invited me to join him.
Okay.
From Wipro. So in 1996 and I joined him.
Okay.
And then I have been part of the printing industry since then.
So Insight is a company that started in 96 or it was there
it was
for a while?
started in 1992
by
Mr. Dugal. He is the founder. But then over a period of time we became all shareholders.
Okay.
There's a journey to Insight also. थोड़ा लंबा हो जाएगा अगर आप
बस in few sentences at least people should get a hang.
So I joined him.
Yeah.
Okay. And then थोड़ा स्टोरी लंबा होएगा बट बताता हूँ मैं.
हाँ प्लीज बताइए ना. I'm sure people will enjoy.
अच्छा तो क्या हुआ कि we got a dealership of Cytex. Cytex is an Israeli company, was an Israeli company, and they were into high-end image setters and high-end flatbed scanners. पुराने ज़माने में ड्रम स्कैनर्स होते थे.
Correct.
तो ड्रम स्कैनर्स को रिप्लेस किया था इमेज सेटर टेक्नोलॉजी ने.
Okay.
Okay. And there were 4 channel partners of Cytex spread across north, south, east, west, and we were based in Mumbai. तो बाकी 3 चैनल पार्टनर्स के पास सपोर्ट इतना बढ़िया नहीं था. वी वर प्रीटी गुड एट सपोर्ट. तो Cytex रिक्वेस्टेड अस कि यार कैन यू प्रोवाइड अस सपोर्ट अक्रॉस वेरियस पार्ट्स ऑफ द कंट्री. तो वी डिड. वी स्टार्टेड आवर ऑपरेशंस इन दिल्ली एंड फिर दे सेड कि यार y'all आर परफॉर्मिंग प्रीटी वेल इन मुंबई बट हमारा बाकी के पार्टनर्स इतने परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहे हैं. तो कैन यू टेक वन मोर टेरिटरी. सो ठीक है दिल्ली उन्होंने हमें दिया. सो देन दैट वाज द टाइम आई मूव टू दिल्ली.
ओके.
या फिर कुछ महीनों के बाद उन्होंने रिक्वेस्ट किया साउथ देखोगे क्या. हमने कहा ठीक है साउथ भी दे दो. सो दैट्स हाउ वी कवर्ड द एंटायर कंट्री. ओके फ्रॉम मुंबई फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र फ्रॉम वेस्टर्न पार्ट टू नॉर्दर्न टू सदर्न. एंड सो टू हैंडल नॉर्थ आई काइंड ऑफ केम इन एज अ पार्टनर. To handle south there was another gentleman who joined in.
Okay.
Then after a couple of years Cytex said we have a wide format division. Okay. And there are these big machines which print on these big hoardings. उस टाइम पे hoardings इतने नहीं होते थे. तो वो वाला business है आप करेंगे क्या. करेंगे. For that we got a 4th guy.
अच्छा. Okay. Yeah, these are all partners you mean?
So now after that we became partners.
Okay.
So all 4 of us kind of I'm handling north, somebody's handling south, somebody's handling this wide format division and all. So एक time decide किया कि यार सब merge करके एक कर देते हैं. So that's how Insight Print Communications Private Limited came into being.
Lovely.
And we continue to remain partners for so many years. फिर after some years we decided कि two of us out of 4 they will get into software development. We had a choice of either getting into manufacturing or getting into IT. And we felt that IT is the way to go for us. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग उस टाइम पे भी इंडिया इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं था. अब ऑफ कोर्स थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग. So we got into IT, and we have a big setup in Pune where we do pre-media, e-books, and a lot of stuff, e-learning.
It is under the same name?
No, it's in a different name.
Okay.
In the name of Reality Infosystems Private.
Say again, please.
Reality Infosystems Private.
Okay.
So we do a lot of pre-media stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah, related to printing. हमको printing ही आता है और कुछ नहीं आता है. So that was another stuff that we did. And
this 4 partners together?
हाँ, 4 partners together. उसमें से 2 IT देखते हैं और 2 ये insight देखते हैं. That's how we kind of divided ourselves. So yeah, उसके बाद फिर image setters turned into CTPs.
तो business transition होते रहा, product changes होते रहे.
Image setter days में we became market leaders in India. Suddenly from market leaders, being market leaders, Cytex said कि no more image setters, हम लोग तो सिर्फ CTP बेचेंगे.
अच्छा.
अच्छा बिजनेस चल रहा था और सडनली CTP पे we started focusing. It was good because we started very early in the CTP stage. Today again we are market leaders in CTP.
Okay.
तो ठीक रहा. फिर जो हमारा वाइड फॉर्मेट का डिवीजन था, after some ups and downs, it was bought over by HP.
Okay.
Cytex HP.
Okay.
So again today we are.
So the business is bought over by HP?
The wide format.
Wide format
of Cytex.
HP has taken over that.
That was long back.
Okay.
In I think 2002 2004.
तो आपने in all totally कितने companies या कितने divisions बेचे हैं?
नहीं. This is not at our level. This is Cytex. Sold their
Cytex
company
sold to HP.
HP. Cytex also sold their company to a company called Creo, and then Creo was eventually sold to Kodak. Okay. So we remained we were the original Cytex, but our principals changed hands. Got it. So now we represent Kodak.
Correct.
So original Cytex से Kodak पे हम अभी भी हैं. So it's a 30-year-old history for us.
Right.
And we continue to sell CTPs for them. And similarly, Cytex was sold to HP, and we continue to be HP channel partners.
Okay.
And we have more than 2,000 machines in the country.
Lovely.
HP latex.
So you actually, as I understand from you, you kind of आज जो लोग एक formidable power है insight का India में, but you come from very humble beginnings. I mean, in terms
absolutely.
of I don't think so. You kind of had this.
We are first generation, all 4 of us. None of us were into printing. Okay, and it was just people whom we knew, and they came together, and we kind of built this up.
Lovely. So I mean, I think I would want to know from you your success story, but what I feel, the little that I know about you, is that your sale of your business to Komori, I mean, making it into a business of that kind where people find it attractive enough to acquire. So do you consider that, and what is your views about it?
So उसके लिए थोड़ा और पीछे जाना पड़ेगा.
अच्छा.
When we started Komori.
अच्छा.
So we had a friend. He was working for a dealer of Komori in Middle East. So he came back and he said कि यार Komori India आना चाह रहा है, and would you be interested? So he also joined us as the 5th person in the team. And we started selling Komori presses in 2006 in North India. There was a channel partner already available in South India. So initial days तो people were not able to relate to us क्योंकि we were software guys and image setter guys, IT kind of people. तो आप स्टील कहाँ से बेच पाओगे types. And plus at the same time during those days selling a brand new press was an absolute nightmare. People would buy second hand presses. Even today they buy. बहुत second hand presses बिकती हैं, but उस टाइम पर तो 1:100 का रेशो था.
Agreed.
थोड़ा टाइम लगा हमको लोगों को समझाने के लिए कि brand new machines are much better in terms of return on investment. एक बार महंगा होता है, लेकिन आपको जो एफिशिएंसी मिलती है, जो आपको बेनिफिट्स मिलते हैं,
Productivity,
क्वालिटी
yield.
हाँ क्वालिटी मिलती है, प्रोडक्टिविटी मिलती है, एंड देन उसके बाद लाइफ है ना, 20 साल की लाइफ है, प्रेस की 25 साल की लाइफ है, तो उसके ऊपर जो आपको रिटर्न मिलेगी दैट वुड बी मच बेटर. Slowly people started to kind of understand our concept. They could kind of relate to what we were trying to say, and we started to do well. And then what happened is बीच में जब क्राइसिस आई थी, आई थिंक 2009 की जो क्राइसिस आई थी लीमन ब्रदर्स की, तो व्हाट हैपेंड, येन उस टाइम में ना 40 पैसे का हुआ करता था.
Okay.
2006 से 2008-9 तक. उसके बाद सडनली 70 पैसे हो गया, शॉट अप बाय ऑलमोस्ट 70%.
Okay.
तो आर प्रेसेस बिकेम वेरी एक्सपेंसिव, 70% मोर एक्सपेंसिव. तो उस दौरान उस एक साल में हमने बहुत कम प्रेसेस बेची, 5 या 6.
अच्छा.
हाँ, नॉर्मली आवर एवरेज वॉज इन द बिगनिंग्स 2006, 2007, 2008 10, 12, 15 प्रेसेस का था, सडनली 6 पे आ गया. द डीलर इन साउथ, वो 2 साल he went through some tough times, he couldn't sell any. And again from day one we were always very strong on support. ये हमारा कोर है.
कोर है.
हाँ, जब हम लोगों ने कुमोरी शुरू किया था तो एक्सपीरियंस्ड इंजीनियर को हायर करना इम्पॉसिबल है. नो, हु आर यू टाइप्स. तो वी couldn't get a good engineer and we didn't want to try any freelancers, so फिर गड़बड़ हो जाती है. So the first 3 engineers we hired from Middle East.
अच्छा.
हाँ, कुमोरी में.
अच्छा. इंडिया में कोई थे ही नहीं.
इंडिया में या तो फ्रीलांसर्स थे, और अगर किसी कंपनी में कोई इंजीनियर काम कर रहा था तो दे डिडंट वांट टू टेक द रिस्क ऑफ जॉइनिंग अस. सो एज आई सेड, माय पार्टनर वाज फ्रॉम मिडिल ईस्ट, सो ही न्यू सम इंजीनियर्स देयर.
राइट.
तो ऐसा हुआ कि दे वांटेड टू कम बैक टू इंडिया एंड दे फाउंड कि यहाँ पर काम कर सकते हैं. वी नीडेड देम, and so somehow an equation got worked out. Of course it was on the expensive side, but it still worked out. And so we started with the first mechanical engineer, the first electrical engineer, and the first print engineer.
Okay.
All 3 coming to us from Middle East, returning back to India from Middle East. So, and we started with that, and slowly we built our team, support team. And so in North India we were having an extremely strong support system, and Cytex वाला repeat हो गया एक तरह से.
Right.
Wherein after a few years Kumori came back to us and said, आप सब भी संभालोगे क्या? करते हैं. So
you are making yourselves worthy enough that your principals could identify you as national partners.
Actually थोड़ा चैलेंज हुआ कुमोरी में, बिकॉज दे डिडंट वांट टू पुट एवरीथिंग इन वन बास्केट. सो दे वर वांटिंग टू लुक एट सम अदर पार्टनर इन साउथ इंडिया, कि दे वांटेड टू रिप्लेस द पार्टनर इन साउथ इंडिया, बट दे वर नॉट लुकिंग एट अस. तो फिर we kind of managed to make them understand कि it won't be a negative thing for you. If we are handling the entire country, it should be helpful. There is one name across the country, and we will provide the same level of support. अच्छा, थोड़ा हमारा साइटेक्स का एक्सपीरियंस था जब हमने एरियाज टेक ओवर किए थे साउथ वेस्ट एंड साउथ ईस्ट एंड नॉर्थ में. तो उस टाइम पर those customers who were there, they were extremely unhappy with the support. So the first thing that we did when we went into those regions is we started with support. We didn't try to sell them.
Okay.
We went and kind of gave the existing customers a good support.
Okay.
They were extremely negative एक टाइम पर, and slowly they came down to 0 level, and then finally they were kind of happy with the support that we were providing. And then once they were happy, we were able to kind of use their references to sell more machines, or plus the word spreads. Okay. So हमारे पास वो experience था Cytex का जब हमारा original हुआ था. तो same thing we did with Kumori.
Okay.
When we went to South, साउथ के कस्टमर्स थोड़े से सपोर्ट वाइज अनसेटिस्फाइड थे, तो वी काइंड ऑफ फोकस्ड ऑन सपोर्ट. Mr. Narendra of Pragati.
Yeah.
So he was an original Komori user.
Okay.
And then in between he started buying Mitsubishis.
Acha.
When we took over South India, he started buying Komori again.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Trust came back.
We had a earlier relationship with him with Cytex.
Achha.
So he knew कि support wise these guys will do a good job, and so he's got now, I don't know, some 8 or 9 Komori presses.
Very nice, lovely.
So that, yeah, it's a trust basically. So over a period of time, again we kind of ensured that every customer in South India was happy with the support, and then we started to sell, and we overtook Heidelberg.
Okay.
In terms of machines
sold
per annum.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Today we are the market leaders.
Okay.
In Komori, we have almost 60% market share.
Oh.
Perhaps 66. In fact, 66% market share now.
Lovely.
So, when we were touching around 300 new machines in the Indian market, that was the time when Komori felt that they should now come to India directly.
Okay.
And kind of provide a much better support to the Indian continent, and the scale had become very big. Okay.
I can imagine.
So that was the time then we started discussing with them, and they said they want to come to India. अगर आपको आना है तो आ जाइए, take over our company, and that's how it happened then.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Then we worked out. But for us,
so the conversation between Komori and Insight lasted for how long?
Oh, pretty long.
What would be your advice for people who are thinking in that direction? What आप जो success कर पाए in terms of being able to develop this company into a position where it could be acquired. तो आपका क्या advice होगा लोगों के लिए?
Let me kind of tell you a bit of my stories, so perhaps उससे कुछ information बाहर निकलेगी. So for example, अभी we created this organization. It was selling good number of machines. It had become a market leader. Support was very good. Perhaps we created value.
Yeah.
For somebody to come and take it.
Yeah.
And grow it further. I think that's the point. That's the thing. We had trained a lot of engineers. So, when Komori came in, they got a full group of engineers fully trained. Now, some of the engineers from Komori India are also servicing machines outside India.
Okay.
They got a pool of people who can sell Komori very well. So, they got a complete organization ready to kind of come and start working with it and grow. Rather than starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And plus, fortunately for them and as well as for us, we had a countrywide reach, so they didn't have to go and acquire multiple companies. एक company को खरीद के काम खत्म हो गया उनका.
Correct.
So this negotiations kind of a thing, they lasted a long. PwC, Deloitte, their lawyers, our lawyers.
So,
it was
1 year or longer.
1 year. Was the total process, and about 6 months of very intensive due diligence discussions, negotiations. Or to be very honest, we never had these kind of. I never had this kind of an experience, and I was the one who was front ending this entire
printing industry doesn't have many experience in this.
So it was really really nice. Yeah. I mean. 6 महीने तो बहुत बुरा रहा. फिर उसके बाद once the entire deal was done, then of course things. So now Sangam, who came to us from Middle East, he is now part of Komori.
Okay.
We have so they are a majority shareholder, we are a minority shareholder.
Okay.
And so we play a very passive role.
Okay.
In Komori India. And
they run the business. अभी हमारा take over हो गया, so let's know a little about your acquisition, the companies that you bought in India.
अच्छा. Okay.
I think that's also very nice
So
insight.
we bought two companies.
Okay, I knew of one, which is the. You
So
can tell
there
both
is
about to us.
So actually we didn't buy the companies, we bought the businesses.
Okay.
Okay. There's this company called Media Infotech in Mumbai.
Yeah, in Andheri.
In Andheri. They were a channel partner for HP.
Correct.
We were also a channel partner for HP. And there was another channel partner of HP. So Maharashtra was fairly crowded. And so Media Infotech was feeling the heat because there was just too much internal competition between us. And they were not able to kind of compete because volume discounts वगैरह जो होते हैं, तो उसके कारण the first two channel partners were kind of getting the business. So Sunil, who's the main person in Media Infotech, he approached us.
Yeah.
क्या करें, कैसे करें. तो हमारे लिए भी ये नया था. दिस इज बिफोर कोमोरी टेक ओवर. तो ये काफ़ी पुरानी बात है. तो दैट वाज आवर फर्स्ट सॉर्ट ऑफ बिजनेस टेक ओवर.
Oh, that was before actually. Oh, okay.
हाँ. तो कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, कैसे वैल्यूएशन करना है, हाउ शुड वी डू दिस. तो कोई प्रेसिडेंस नहीं है. फाइनली इट डिड वर्क आउट फॉर अस एंड सुनील इज नाउ पार्ट ऑफ आवर टीम. या he joined us and we took all his people, we took all his customers, basically the entire HP business. Is
so smooth acquisition.
Smooth.
Okay. And you want to share about the other company also?
So that happened very recently.
Okay.
In post COVID.
Okay.
So there HP's channel partner in East India.
Okay.
So there are these two people who felt that they want to exit one of they were getting old, so they felt that they want to kind of consolidate their business in areas where they can manage and control it. The children were not wanting to join them, so HP business was something that they felt they can sell. Buyers नहीं होते हैं मार्केट में इतनी आसानी से. So again we knew them, they knew us, so we started talking, and again it's very complicated, valuations, terms and conditions and all, but then as long as you are fair and as long as the deal is fair, it happens.
Correct.
For us, we were also kind of coming out of COVID, तो थोड़ा सा tough था, but we did it. And it worked out for us.
Lovely.
So it's been now, we will finish 1 year of this acquisition in April.
Okay.
So it's very fresh.
Very nice. So what would be your advice to companies? क्योंकि printing industry में काफ़ी सारे companies हैं जो छोटे scale के हैं and they don't have the next generation coming in. I have a lot of friends who say that we've got a good company and we want to sell, but they don't know what to do. तो आपको क्या लगता है इन लोगों ने क्या करना चाहिए? I mean, they are profitable businesses with a decent setup.
So consolidation industry में आएगा ही. So पहली बात ना, first things first, one has to realize कि beyond a particular point, if you try to stretch and stay in the organization, you are actually harming the organization. Problem क्या है? Printing industry is a highly entrepreneur driven industry, and that entrepreneur who has built it up from ground level, वो उसको लगता है उसकी जागीर है, right? He cannot leave it, he cannot part with it, he is attached to it. So the problem starts from the concept कि इसको तो मैं छोड़ूंगा ही नहीं. पहले अगर हम डिसाइड करें कि यार it's a business, there are people in this company, okay, they need to be taken care of, there are customers that you have, they need to be taken care of, and perhaps with age I am not able to do a good job and I should start thinking of selling it off. It starts from there.
खुद का सोच होना चाहिए.
हाँ, I'll take you back to Insight. So, we have this brainstorming sessions, boardroom discussions, and एक ऐसा डिस्कशन हुआ हमारे बीच में कि what are the threats to your company, and what came out as the biggest threat to the organization, आपको पता है क्या है?
नहीं, प्लीज बताइए.
The owners.
अच्छा.
Yes. Imagine an organization who loses an owner out of the blue.
करेक्ट.
Finished.
खत्म.
Khatam, immediately. The accident for the owner is accident for the organization.
करेक्ट. कंप्लीटली ओनर डिपेंडेंट है.
Yes. So the biggest threat to any business is the owner himself. Of course, he created it. But once the entity has a life of its own, right, then the owner becomes a liability. Okay. Not a liability in that sense, but अगर उसका backup plan नहीं है तो it is a liability.
Can be a liability.
Right. So when we realized this thing, we decided we need to kind of create an insurance around this particular problem. So we started adding professionals so basically, so we added, so today we have a very professional board. Okay,
Nice.
not many organizations in printing industry in India would have such a thing. Two of our employees were promoted to the board of directors.
Wow, very nice.
Right, Sunil,
Okay.
जिसकी अपनी बात करी थोड़ी देर पहले, he is on
the board.
We have a professional CFO on board. So we are kind of de-risking ourselves, de-risking the organization
True.
from
ओनर के खतरे से.
हाँ.
Very visionary and thoughtful to have this in the industry. I'm sure a couple of them might have, but not many. When you have lakhs of printers across the country,
हाँ.
ये सोच किसी में नहीं है.
So that is important first. First we need to be ready to say कि ठीक है, मैंने जितना कर सकता था किया, अब let us hand it over to somebody younger. Okay. उसके बाद सब कुछ हो जाता है, फिर कहीं ना कहीं कोई बायर भी मिल जाएगा. Right. एक प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है ओनर ड्रिवन वाली मामले में कि at a particular juncture when the owner is losing steam, okay, the organization and the people in the organization who are still hungry, who still want to grow, they realize कि यार यहाँ पर wavelength match नहीं हो रही है. Then they start to leave. And what is left in the organization are mediocre employees.
Yeah.
कि बंदा छोड़ के चला गया, ओनर जो थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स्ड मोड में था वो उल्टा प्रॉब्लमेटिक सिचुएशन में आ गया. क्योंकि उसका की एम्प्लॉय छोड़ के चला गया, एक छोड़ के गया, दूसरा छोड़ के गया, तीसरा छोड़ के गया.
सर आपने जो बताया ना बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट सा चीज़ है अबाउट दैट की एम्प्लॉय. कैन यू गो अ लिटिल बिट डीपर? जो एम्प्लॉय छोड़ के गया उसका रीज़न क्या है छोड़ के जाने का?
क्योंकि उसको ग्रोथ नहीं दिख रहा है.
हाँ.
ओनर ही स्लोइंग डाउन, एज फैक्टर आ रहा है. और एक यंग एम्प्लॉय है, उसको ग्रोथ चाहिए, उसको फैमिली डेवलप करना है, ही नीड्स मोर इनकम.
राइट.
कहीं ना कहीं मिसमैच होता है.
तो and there the organization slows down.
हाँ, and then if the key people start to go, instead of owner becoming more comfortable, he becomes extremely uncomfortable. And a lot of organizations die because of this. The biggest enemy is the owner. Right. So first things first, one एक सोच होनी चाहिए कि यार एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट के बाद आई वांट टू एग्जिट.
एग्जिट आपका प्लान बनना चाहिए.
हाँ.
यू शुड प्रायरली कीप वर्किंग ऑन इट. व्हाइल यू आर वर्किंग ऑन द बिजनेस यू शुड आल्सो वर्क ऑन इट.
नॉट आई मीन
बट एटलीस्ट एक सेंस तो होना चाहिए. क्योंकि इवन इफ समथिंग हैपेंस टू द लाइक आपने जो बहुत सही कहा, दो वी वुड नॉट लाइक टू टॉक अबाउट सम फिजिकल इंजरी, बट अगर ऐसे कुछ हो जाता है तो आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कम्स टू अ स्टैंड स्टिल. सो इफ यू हैव अ बैकअप प्लान which would be a very nice, and then that can be developed over a period of time to make your organization into something that Insight has been able to create.
Yeah. सो एक बार आपने वो थॉट प्रोसेस सेट हो गया तो फिर बायर्स भी मिल जाएंगे, फिर नेगोशिएशंस भी हो जाएगा, everything will fall in place.
Lovely. Ajay ji, I must tell you, I'm not sure if I've been able to take it out as well as I've understood कि आपने जो बताया कि पहले तो आप खुद पे वर्क करो, आप खुद अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को इस काबिल बनाओ कि वो सेलेबल हो, लोग उसको पहचाने, और वो एम्प्लॉय डिपेंडेंट ना हो, वो प्रोफेशनली रन हो, कि कल को ओनर डिपेंडेंट ना हो, और वो खुद से चले, और कल को इफ द ओनर इज लिविंग द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, समवन हु इज गोइंग टू एक्वायर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैन रन इट,
एबल टू डू इट विदाउट लूजिंग मनी.
यस,
इफ आई एम बाइंग एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और पता चले कि सारा कंट्रोल ओनर का ही था और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में उसके बिना कुछ भी नहीं है, तो फिर तो बायर भी परेशान हो जाएगा. सो वो भी एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि वी नीड टू गेट मोर प्रोसेस ड्रिवन, एंड यू नो सो एट द एंड ऑफ इट बेसिकली देयर हैज टू बी सम वैल्यू व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू सेल.
ट्रू.
तो ऐसे हवा में बेचने की कोशिश करोगे तो फिर
तो नहीं होगा. कोई सामने वाला बेवकूफ थोड़ी ना, वो ऐसे थोड़ी ना लेगा, अपना हार्ड अर्न मनी थोड़ी ना पीछे लगाएगा.
सामने वाले को वैल्यू दिखना चाहिए.
करेक्ट.
कि यार ये मैं एक्वायर करूंगा ये पर्टिकुलर बिजनेस को, तो मेरा जो मेरे को 0 से 100 पे आना है, तो मैं 50 से 100 के लिए जाने का शुरू हो जाएगा. मेरे को 0 to 50 के लिए काम नहीं करना पड़ेगा.
करेक्ट.
वो होएगा तो देयर विल बी अ बायर.
Lovely. On this, I think that's very nice. We'll just move a little bit about the industry. You are a formidable player in the industry with so much of machines across. So what do you see the sense of the printing industry? How do you see it grow? What is your views on the future of this industry?
तो प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री का फ्यूचर का तो डाउट ही नहीं है कुछ, नहीं तो हम इस इंडस्ट्री में होते ही नहीं.
नहीं, जैसे आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ एनीवन हैज टोल्ड यू डायरेक्टली, बट आई कम अक्रॉस इन द गेस्ट दैट वी मीट, मेनी ऑफ देम हैव टोल्ड अस दैट लोग बोलते हैं क्या कर रहे हो प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री आजकल कौन प्रिंट करता है, यू नो, इन टर्म्स ऑफ जो काफ़ी डिजिटल हो रहा है, यू नो, वी रीड बुक्स ऑन किंडल एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. सो definitely the industry is moving from A to B, not that the print industry is dying, but it is moving. So like आप लोग ने भी प्री मीडिया में आप काम कर रहे हो, you know, all those kind of stuff. So my essence of my question is कि how do you see this industry transitioning in the new era?
So printing industry continues to transition. I mean blocks से गैलीज से इमेज सेटर से सीटीपी से डिजिटल, तो वो कंटिन्यूस ट्रांजिशन चलता रहेगा. यू नीड टू बी पार्ट ऑफ द ट्रांजिशन. अगर आप पीछे रह गए तो फिर आपका नुकसान है. प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री का नुकसान नहीं है.
प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री तो चेंज होने ही वाला है.
हाँ, चेंज होने वाला है. आपको अडॉप्ट करना पड़ेगा, आपको ट्रेंड्स को समझना पड़ेगा, और ट्रेंड्स के साथ आपको अपने आप को डालना पड़ेगा. आप प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री को गाली नहीं दे सकते. प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री विल रिमेन, उसका प्रोफाइल बस चेंज होने वाला है.
लवली, सुपर, वेल सेड. प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री को कुछ नहीं होना है, आप देखो आप सही रास्ते पे हो कि नहीं हो. सो इफ देयर इज एनी प्रॉब्लम दैट इज देयर इन योर माइंड, प्लीज रिकैलिब्रेट योर थॉट्स, डोंट ब्लेम द इंडस्ट्री. Lovely.
The amount of sophistication, the kind of machinery that printing industry has is huge.
Yeah.
It's tremendous. The innovativeness in the printing industry, the creativity in the printing industry. मतलब आप समझिए ना, आप वो एड्स है ना कि प्योर एम्प्टी बॉक्सेस, वाइट कलर बॉक्सेस वर्सेस पैकेजिंग इज राइट. तो उसके बिना तो पूरा एंटायर लाइफ विल बिकम वेरी कलरलेस,
डल, ड्राई, बोरिंग.
तो आप प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री को कैसे ये कर सकते हो? अभी फॉर एग्जांपल रिसेंटली नॉट रिसेंटली, उसको भी 5-6 साल हो गए, वी हैव गॉन इनटू डिजिटल प्रिंटिंग ऑफ टेक्सटाइल्स. ओके, एब्सोल्युटली न्यू इंडस्ट्री फॉर अस. हाँ, हमको पेपर पे प्रिंट करना आता है, टेक्सटाइल पे प्रिंट करना है टोटली न्यू. फैब्रिक्स वगैरह. हाँ, डिजिटल प्रिंटिंग, ऑफ कोर्स रोटरी प्रिंटिंग एंड स्क्रीन प्रिंटिंग हैज बीन हैपनिंग फॉर many years, but digital printing of textiles, so we went to it. It was an absolutely new line of business for us, understanding fabric, understanding the people in that industry, etc. It's fun, but printing तो कहीं नहीं ना.
बस ट्रांजिशन हुआ फ्लेक्स से, इट हैज मूव्ड टू फैब्रिक.
हाँ, फ्लेक्स से आप फैब्रिक पे आ गए. करेक्ट. तो प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री को तो कोई
प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री तो ग्रो ही हो रहा है. Correct.
So you will have to keep your eyes and ears open, and there are huge opportunities in printing. अभी आपके वो पिछला एपिसोड में मैंने सुना था तुषार देवते सेइंग इट इज़ अ हाई मार्जिन इंडस्ट्री. इट इज. हाँ, तो कोई इशू नहीं है प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री से.
Correct. Thanks for reinforcing that statement, and all the viewers who are listening to it and have any doubt that printing industry में कुछ गड़बड़ है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
नहीं, गड़बड़ आप में. तो again, what happens is we are all, very nice lawyers of ourselves and very nice judges for the others. तो वो एक concept है ना, तो यही concept है कि हम अपने आप को एनालाइज नहीं करते हैं.
Correct.
हाँ, तो अपने आप में आप समझोगे कि कहाँ आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अटकी हुई है और क्या करना चाहिए. वंस यू नो दैट, तो फिर शायद आपको प्रिंटिंग इंडस्ट्री में कभी परेशानी नहीं आएगी.
Lovely.
हाँ.
And about this ink stories that we've started, what do you think about it? Does it?
Wonderful. I think it's just a start. It's a great idea. It will grow. I guess there is a lot of learning that we can do with listening to each other's viewpoints, each other's understanding of things.
Correct.
And अगर एक छोटा सा भी पॉइंट अगर हमारे काम का होता है तो इट्स वर्थ इट. तो thanks for doing this for printing industry, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your time. It's wonderful. Great. Thanks for coming on Ink Stories.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.